So this is Epic, and I'm here at QZCon with Patrick Peak of Le Noir Bazaar. They sell fashion accessories, some pretty cool fresh dug grave soap. It smells like a fresh dug grave. It is pretty awesome. So Patrick, tell me how did all this get started?
Starting, I'm not quite sure. I'm actually one of the hired help. I jumped on roughly about a year after it got started. Julia had this plan to get together a whole bunch of Gothic and Victorian styled clothing, and it just kind of sprouted from there into the jewelry, and she started gathering and started getting some artwork from other people.
Awesome. So, describe a little bit of what all you guys sell here.
At Le Noir Bazaar, we sell all sorts of Gothic Victorian style clothing for just casual wear, for business as well. Mainly it's women's clothing, but we do have some men's and unisex items. We do all sorts of handcrafted items, necklaces, bracelets, chainmail jewelry, and we also support local artists, one of which that we have is from the Blue Octopus.
Nice. So, I see some bows, some prints here, some pictures.
Those are actually some cards from...
Some cards, okay. Awesome. And obviously your guys' soap, got some gloves here. Some of the fingerless gloves. We've got some scarves. A fantastic rockabilly zombie skirt. It's pretty awesome. A little handbag. Some bloody leggings in it. We've got necklaces, we've got some rings, we've got bracelets. Actually, that one's pretty cool. I like that. Very pretty. Lots of really pretty stuff here. Anyway, I guess that's about it. Awesome. Thank you, Patrick.
Hello everyone, this is Lilliana with Nerdvana, and I'm here with Dwayne from the studio Deja Vu. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
So tell us about your business.
We create extraordinary Carnival Venetian masks.
Yes, you do. So tell us about some of these beautiful pieces that you've made.
Let's see. Well, we're catering for the QZCon, so I have quite a few zombie ideas. We cater with extraordinary headpieces. The masks are custom to create magic in your life, and it gives the person permission to be who they are.
It does. So aside from masks, you said you also make headpieces.
Yes, I do.
What kinds?
We do full headpieces. We have the Raven Queen, the Ice Queens. We have hats that we do, and then we have the headband. I call them Instant Glam.
They're gorgeous.
Thank you.
And I noticed that you also have a few little wrist
Oh, yeah,
trinkets.
We're doing some little wrist fascinators, and they're just something fun.
Something fun and easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have all these glorious things. Where can people find you if they would like to buy one?
You can contact me online, Studio Deja Vu on Facebook,
Okay.
or www.dejavu.net.
Awesome.
Okay?
So we will have a link to all those on our Facebook.
Okay,
so
cool.
people can find you and drool over these fascinating things. And
Drooling is allowed, money works too.
yes. And one last thing, you said that you do custom orders too?
Yes, we do. Everything is custom.
Awesome. So if someone has an image, they can tell you.
Absolutely. You can contact me and say, hey, I saw this particular mask, but I didn't like it in white. Could you do it in black or green or whatever? And I can.
Awesome.
Piece of cake.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lily.
Have a good one.
You too.
Hey everyone, everyone. This is Lilliana with Nerdvana, and I'm here with Jeremiah Johnson from Arrakis. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty great. How about you?
Doing pretty good. So, tell me, have there been any changes with Arrakis recently?
Well, the big thing right now is we're focusing on getting ready for our November run of A Eternal Elementum. We've got 2 weekends that we're doing at the historic Everett Theater. It's November 15th, 16th, 22nd, and 23rd. Adding a couple scenes, a couple new songs, and just really focusing on making it the best show that we've done yet.
Okay. And so for the people that have already seen the show, is there anything new that they can experience with this?
Absolutely, yeah. We just this show are adding a new scene that will feature a new classical guitar song, and it's actually classical guitar and violin, and it's going to expand a little bit on the story between the priest and the demoness. So we've had some people wanting a little more clarification on their relationship, and I think that with the scenes that we're adding, it's going to really tie in the story a little more for people that have been following it. We've also got some new performers that we're bringing in this time. We have a guy named Hiromi that's coming in to fill one of the roles who's going to be doing some really cool stuff with fire, contact ball fire.
Nice.
Yeah, we're very excited about that, and just overall going to see a bigger, better show than we've ever done before, I think.
Okay. And so for the people that haven't seen the show, can you tell them a little bit about it?
Yeah, basically we're a production company. We do heavy metal operas. A Eternal Elementum is kind of our flagship show. It's the big one that we do at least once a year. And it's a cast of about 50 people, give or take. We've got this big epic storyline that goes through the entire show, and we've got fire dancers, aerialists, full band, symphonic operatic heavy metal that goes through the entire show. Some classical pieces that get thrown in there for the mix, and just in general, it's a really unique performance that's you probably aren't going to find anywhere else, especially in the Northwest.
Awesome. And so where can people go to find more information about this and purchase tickets?
So we have our website. It's heavymetalopera.com, and we're also on Facebook. It's just under Arrakis Productions at Facebook, so Arakus Productions. You can find most of the most recent updates there. There's a lot of photos. We have some videos that people can check out. And if you have any questions, you can contact us through our Facebook page or through the website. And tickets are available on the website.
Awesome. Is there anything else you would like to let the Nerdvana group know?
Just that I hope we see you there. It's a pretty awesome show. We've got 4 nights that we're doing, and we've got VIP tickets as well. We're going to be doing a meet and greet afterwards for people that are interested. Yeah, we'll see you there. Come check it out.
Awesome. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Hello, guys and girls out there. This is Grimm from Nerdvana with my buddy
Epic.
And we are here at QZCon in Tacoma, Washington. If you don't know what QZCon is a zombie convention / survival preparedness convention. That being said, it does stand for quarantine zone, but that being said, I am currently standing here with
Brandon Pierce,
who is the brain behind Pet Projects. Now, Brandon, what is Pet Projects?
It's an independent webcomic on feedtacoma.com. That's feedtacoma.com. And it's basically about a witch named Notley and her pets. One's a cat named Kaylee and a dog named Spike.
And what type of storyline goes on with the witch and her pets?
Most of the time, it's like the witch is creating some new potion, and she's trying to work something out, and the dog or the cat will get into it and cause all kinds of trouble and things like that.
Wow, doesn't that sound familiar? I'm assuming the cat's the one that causes the most mischief.
It's the dog.
Now there's a twist. Usually the cat's the evil one. So tell me, what got you into doing webcomics or comics in general?
I'm a member of the Cartoonist League of Absurd Washingtonians, and a lot of them have comics on there, like Thorax O'Toole has one called Beantown and one called Nagging Doubt, and which is sort of, it's kind of like Far Side humor, kind of, but I got involved with them, and the webmaster that helped me get on there to get my comics on. Before I was doing Feed Tacoma, I was putting these on Flickr, and some of the ones that I had on Flickr I put on Feed Tacoma, others I haven't bothered because they suck.
Well, give or take, some, marketing is marketing, but this is actually really neat. So, how long have you been doing webcomics? What was your creative inspiration?
I've been doing pet projects since maybe somewhere in early 2011 when I started on Flickr, but December 2011 was when I started putting them on Feed Tacoma, and I've been putting them on maybe 3 comics a month, something like that. There's some storylines I do, and there's some that are just regular. They almost are basically just like Sunday comics, and I get a lot of inspiration from certain things like Pearls Before Swine, or The Far Side, or Dilbert. There's a lot of things that I've stolen from those cartoonists, like the witch character. She doesn't really have a mouth unless she's like yelling. I got that from Dilbert.
Nice. So it's highly relatable because people will find some of their favorite, little idiosyncrasies from some of their favorite Sunday comics there, but all in all, that makes it easier for you. So tell me, where and how did you hear about QZCon?
I heard about it from Charisse, who, she works at, and her and her husband, they work at Freight House Square, and I know they have their own cartoon, and, they're friends of the Cartoonist League, and a couple months ago they told me about QZCon and said I should, bring my comics here and help them get a more wide exposure.
Well, hopefully we can help with that too. What's been the hardest part about making your comic for people?
What's the hardest part about drawing it, or getting it out there? Or?
Generally, yeah, just what's been the hardest part about your whole project here? Getting it out there, getting people to see it. What's been the biggest trouble?
Well, I haven't had too much trouble getting people outside of Tacoma or Washington to see it, because I have friends on Facebook and I have family members who live in. So I have people in Philadelphia, people in the Midwest, and people in Virginia who are aware of it, but not that many. So, but hopefully, and when I give these comics out, I also give the link to my Feed Tacoma page, and so that people can, if they like the comics that are in here and they want to see more, they can go to the website.
Well, rock on. Do you have anything out there that you'd want to say for anyone else, who wants to do something along the lines of you? Any words of advice?
If you really prepare ahead of time for things like this. Some of these I wasn't able to have enough time to do, like to make really good books. These are just like plastic folders with sliders, and next time I'm going to try and get actual books published and get the pages, like printed on actual publishable paper. You'll edit that out, right? Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
It's been a long day for all of us, so maybe.
Yeah, and one of the things I wanted to do was create like an introductory page that told a little bit about the characters. My book here doesn't have that, but I actually, during the day, I worked on these photos or pictures here of the characters of Kaylee, Spike, and Notley the Witch, and I was gonna, for my next book, if I do something like this, I'm gonna add descriptions of the characters, their personalities and their likes and dislikes.
Well, right on. Has QZCon been going okay for you?
Oh yeah, it was. It was fun. I met some people here. There's some people that I've been in touch with on Facebook, and I just met them for the first time today, and I met a couple other people.
Well, right on. Well, thank you, Brandon. Hopefully we can get the word out. You heard it here first, folks. If you listen on Nerdvana, and we hope you do, check out Pet Projects by Brandon Pierce. It looks like an awesome story. I'm going to get involved in it too and take a gander and see what comes out of the storyline. So again, thank you, Brandon. Have a good one.
You too. I had lots of fun here.
You guys know everything about guns. You've been told everything about guns. So to break it down, you ever see the Counter Zombie Operations Guide? Crap. Total and utter crap. I've read it, cover to cover, and I wanted to shoot myself.
Double tap.
As I said about Max Brooks, I consider him mediocre if you read between the lines. Who recognizes that? What rank did you get?
Life.
Props.
Thank you.
What would you consider out of this book? Would you consider it a good book?
Yeah, I mean, for basics, for some basic stuff.
Tell him to say the name
I mean,
of the
there's
book.
nothing in there about long-term survival in there, but emergency situations, basic shelter, things like that.
And what 90% of the time, what do we deal with in some type of situation that we
24 hours outside.
bingo? So, Boy Scout Handbook. Wonderful, easy to get your hands on, great introductory knowledge. If you've ever been in Boy Scouts, you'll know it. Girl Scouts, same way. These manuals are made for compactness and ease of, oh, you don't know how to tie a bowline. Boom, right there. You need to learn how to read a compass. Boom, right there. Good book. Over in the great section, I have the Holy Bible. Yeah. Survival Wisdom and Know-How. This book is a godsend for long-term and short-term planning. Ease of carrying in a survival situation. It's the granddad of this. This is for preparing before an apocalypse. This is for when you're in an apocalypse. Because one's compact, the other's not. The other two I have handy, military survival guides, Air Force and Special Forces. I highly recommend them. These are the people that keep us alive.
Pick them up at any military surplus store.
Bingo. Go online, Amazon, you name it. Military survival guides are always a good thing for learning how to survive. Why? The men and women that serve our country, they're out there doing it every day. They had to learn something from somewhere. So, the other part of my class that I have is, what do you need in a survival situation? You. What do you think you would need in a survival situation? Yeah, you.
Some sort of first aid kit type thing.
Good call. Bear with me, I've been given only a week, aside from dealing with work and everything, to gather everything, so I don't have my full kit. But yes, first aid kit. At least the bare essentials plus a couple suture kits. Why? You don't know what'll happen. But if you've got at least the basics, you're good to go. Fishing line will work in a pinch. What would you put in your survival kit?
Water and a water filter.
Bingo. Water. Human body, 75% water. We need it. We live off of it. You can survive maybe 2 weeks without food, but 3 days without water, you're in trouble. Water purification tablets and filters, also a plus. In a pinch, pot and boil it. Take some time. As to that, who can tell me what this is? Sterno. Campfire in a can. if you don't want to waste the time carrying, a big heavy machete or an axe or a saw and chop wood, this can weighs about 8 ounces to 12 ounces. You can stack them in a backpack really easily. It's campfire in a can, 2.5 hours of burn time. You can boil water, you can cook your food, you can heat yourself up.
How hot's the flame on this?
Well, it's hot enough to cook a chicken from raw, and make it so that it's safe to eat. So at least 350 degrees.
Excellent.
And it does come with directions. Always read your warning labels. In a pinch, these work. I will never hesitate to sacrifice a cigarette or four and use a lighter to start a campfire. Again, Boy Scout Handbook is wonderful for teaching you. Open up, learn how to make a fire. Other useful tools. As I pointed out, big machete. This thing was my granddad's from Vietnam. This is some solid, hardcore steel, full tang. This thing is made for cutting through jungle vines, cutting through bamboo, you name it. This is my wood chopper, as you can tell. I need to clean it. I know, I'm horrible. Backup, standard survival knife. Would I use this in a fight? No. There's no tang to it. It'll snap off in a heartbeat. But if I want to skin a fish, perfect for it. Plus, bottom opens up. You've got a mini kit. I don't recommend it for long term, but it has like my fishing line, couple matches, some needle and thread. So it works. I don't recommend the compasses in these. If you can, get yourself a real compass. These compasses are crap.
I like the one that I had on my walkie stick at one point.
Actually, that compass works better than this one because the metal surrounding it reacts too much with the compass and demagnetizes it.
Well,
it will not point
through
more.
It kind of broke off and it's gone now.
Well, that happens too. Another good problem with survival, shelter. You got several options. One, find an abandoned building. Okay, a lot of work. You gotta clear it, you gotta make sure it's stable, you gotta make sure it's not gonna collapse on your head. Alright, second option, carry a tent. They come in several varieties and flavors. You've got the small little day packers that fold down that small. And then you've got big grandiose tents that take you like 30 people and a forklift to set up. Obviously I don't recommend those unless you have an army.
Right.
But in a pinch, if you don't have either of those, a couple slings and some rope and a tarp. Boom, instant shelter. These slings, my smallest one here, is rated for 100 pounds. I could hang probably any single one of you from a hammock in a tree with just this and a steel carabiner. And always get a carabiner that locks. If it doesn't lock, don't use it because it's going to fall. This one's my favorite, twist lock. Simple one-handed use so that just in case, you've got a free hand. In my case, it's for hanging, say speaker arrays based on what I do for work. A couple 100-pound lights, yeah. You want a hand free at all times, just in case something falls. This sling is actually rated for up to 300 pounds. It's a nice tight weave nylon, not going to break easily. You can knot it up, you can double it up. Simplest knot on the planet. Choke wrap. You make a loop, you pull it through. It pulls against itself, it ain't gonna fall.
I think the easiest shelter I ever used was the hammock under a tarp. I went on a trek through jungles in Australia. And that's what we used.
Out the outback, huh?
Yeah, you got to keep yourself off the ground.
Yeah. Australia is known to have 9 out of the 10 deadliest snakes on this planet.
Yep.
And unless you feel like carrying anti-venom for absolutely every single one of them, Stay off the ground.
Oh, and lots of leeches and creepy crawlies.
Everything wants to kill you.
One that bit you.
Yeah, you're gonna blow through real quick. I'd just be aware of your surroundings. Know your territory if you have time to plan for it. You know, I mean, if you live in Australia, you should know your territory. Here in Washington, what do we got? Raccoons, cougars, deer, wolves, bears, coyotes. Oh, those things are.
Yeah.
I had one steal a steak from me. Boy, he learned a lesson real quick.
They are bold.
Hey, 357 taught him a lesson. Going along with the shelter thing, I don't recommend carrying it all the time, but 200 feet of rope. This weighs about 5 pounds, but it's rated for 700 pounds. Unless you're feeling bold, you want to build a shelter? I can carry thousands of these in my pocket. I'm only carrying one of these, if that. But if you have it and you have a safe place to set up, sure, roll with it. Go with a rope. You have other uses too. You can make snares, you can make traps, you can make hell, I had a friend of mine who made a burglar trap in his backyard. This thing was intricate. He took every piece of rope, yarn, and string in his house. Boy, his mom was pissed. Wired up his whole backyard with the biggest spider web you've ever seen. Her exact response, take that down. But Mom, it's a burglar trap. Take it down. Well, it's already getting dark. Can I take it down around? Fine. That night, he not only caught one, he caught 2 people running from the police. Because they cut through his yard, ran right into that web, and got tangled up.
That's awesome.
They were going nowhere. The police found them because they were making noise. What the? God, get me out of here, help!
Nice. Excellent.
Come on, I don't know how to talk to people that well, so bear with me. Woo. Then I've had a cup of coffee. I don't drink a whole lot of coffee, so yeah, I'm kind of like that squirrel from Hoodwinked. Other good things to have in a survival situation, simplest thing on the planet. Clothes.
Layers.
Bingo. I actually got to prove a fact with what I'm wearing today. Outside smoking. Other people wearing, denim jeans, regular t-shirts, windbreaker. I'm standing out here and what you see. Good solid work boots with a liner, Carhartt pants, denim shirt. My clothes were soaked. My t-shirt underneath is dry as a bone. Mm-hmm. It depends on your terrain, it depends on what you're doing. Because you can't control the weather, you can't plan for the weather. Other than, what are you wearing? You wear the right clothes for anything. This stuff I can wear in the blazing hot sun, and I can wear in freezing cold winds. I will stay either warm or cool, depending, because it breathes. Another good thing to remember. Jacket. Maybe not as useful in hot weather, but my Carhartt jacket, well lined, good denim, lots of pockets, extra carrying capacity, and waterproof. This will keep you warm in the rain.
And if it gets hot, you can just tie it around your waist.
Gets hot. Take those slings, put them through the loop, attach them to the pull cord, and string it up to between 2 trees. Hey, look what I got. Shade. It's a shade. Like, okay, I'm just going to string it up amongst a couple trees. I'm going to take a small siesta. Good night. Boom. Keeps the shade up. Keeps it shaded. Ultimately, survival, whether it's in an apocalypse or whether it's based on a natural disaster or just bad luck, whatever have you, ultimately, it boils down to how prepared are you to adapt. If you plan ahead with what you wear, what you normally carry on you and how you can improvise on what you're using, you can adapt. You don't need to carry tons and tons of food or even half a dozen MREs if you know how to fish and you have some patience. If you know how to set a snare, I guarantee you in the morning you'll have breakfast. It may take a little work, some disassembly required, but in the long run, it's there. Ultimately, hardware. You don't need big, heavy, bulky guns. You really don't. First off, guns have weight. If you're out there on your own trying to survive, ultimately, every single pound counts. My machete weighs about 1.5 pounds. This Thompson submachine gun, airsoft version, but almost accurate weight, weighs about 4 pounds. I can carry this all day long and not even notice its weight. After about 5 hours with this thing slung over your shoulder, you're going to notice.
And you're going to want to leave it.
You're going to want to get rid of it. Carrying it all day long, your hand's going to get tired at some point. If you have to fire it, guns have recoil. You're going to beat yourself up ultimately. Why waste the energy and effort? I stand by melee weapons and good solid planning. In a pinch, I'll take on a bear with this thing, and I'll put more trust in this, because I will split that bear's skull. He may take a swipe out of me, but I'm going to get mine. And it really comes down to practical planning. What do you need? What don't you need? And what can you get your hands on? Not all of us have the clearance to get military hardware. We really don't. Let's be practical. Every movie we've seen, you always see that one guy that seems to have a just random room in his house loaded to bear with military-grade hardware. Where the hell did he get his clearance? Seriously. I don't know about you, but I know maybe 3 people that I could go to their house and probably find an M16 assault rifle. Other than that, you're better off looking around for things that are simple to use and easy to find. .22 caliber bolt action rifle. You shoot an elk right, that baby will drop him. No problem. But why carry the weight? Why carry the ammo? Everything it boils down to ultimate survival. How much can your body handle? You don't need to be a god of, health and endurance. But be practical. In a zombie apocalypse, most zombies, unless we're unfortunate enough and it's 28 days later, most zombies move like this. A slow, shambling gait. Can I use you as an example, Danny? You're the zombie. Slow, shambling gait. Chase me. Who's getting away? Who's catching up?
The one over there.
I'm looking at them coming and I'm going, should I be fair and wait for you or just say see ya and just walk off? Really, you don't have to run. Why waste the energy? You're going to get tired eventually, and remember the story of the tortoise and the hare. What happened? Rabbit ran, got ahead, and decided, I'm going to take a nap. What happened?
Tortoise caught up to him.
Bye, buddy. Then he had to race to catch up, and he was too tired to beat him. In this case, you poor little bunnies are going to get eaten. Let's think about this. In reality, zombie apocalypse, yeah, they're fun to talk about, they're fun to plan for. In reality, they're probably not going to happen. Probably not. But there is a keynote in everything about zombies. Survival of the fittest. I translated that to survival of the smartest. Conserve energy where you can. If you have to, travel at night. if you're out in the desert, I don't know about you. I've been to Burning Man in the Mojave.
Oh, not yet.
They will turn you away at the entrance to the Mojave Desert. They literally set up a barricade to check to make sure you have enough water per person for a week. If you don't, they'll turn you around and say go home or go to a store. Because it's hell. It's called Death Valley for a reason. If you aren't prepared, they don't want the risk of someone dying and then putting a bad mark on Burning Man. You literally have to have gallons of water. I'm talking like 20 flats of bottled water for like a family of 3. And that's a lot of water. So planning is everything in survival. Everything. Again, if you ever get your hands on counter zombie operation at the fire team level, fun little read when you're on the toilet. Don't get me wrong, it's a great read for on the toilet. My personal opinion of it as a survival guide is that.
Use that toilet when you're done.
Bingo. It is glorified toilet paper. Max Brooks, everybody's heard of him. Zombie apocalypse
That would
survival.
also be good for the fireplace, then, yeah.
Well, yeah, there's another good use for it. Kindling, hey. But plan accordingly. My standard kit, which isn't here, I wish. Again, sorry, lack of planning on this one. I got asked at the last minute. I got asked at the last minute, but I adapted.
There you go.
This is minimal planning. At the very least, I've got everything I need right here. I could make a shelter just out of that tablecloth and what I've got on my table. I could survive all week, at least. No worries.
You don't have any food here.
Are you kidding me? I don't have fun. And worst comes to worst, there's a Subway right there. Hey, if the city's abandoned, they have a fridge that might still be working.
Mm-hmm.
Survival, adapt, scrounge. You'd be surprised what the human body can eat. Besides, again, with the Boy Scout Handbook, it'll teach you how to identify edible plants and how to set traps and snares. I recommend this book highly to anybody because it's compact, easy to carry, and it has good knowledge. And there's the biggest lesson. First learned is first prepared. Learn to just get a piece of string. Learn to tie different knots. Learn what they're useful for. Boom, it's a salvageable skill. Get to where you can do it. Get to where you're watching a TV show and you learn to just sit there and fling around a rope and just watch the show. Don't pay attention to your hands. And if you do it right, it's harder with a sling because it's double layered. But if you do it right, I can sit there and stare at that clock and make the most standard knot that I have to use in my job. Bowling. Crappy bowling because it's 2 layers of rope, forgive me. But right there, that is the most standard knot I have to use at work. Real simple. I learned that out of this book. Gave me a pay raise at work. You never know. The randomest skills can be useful anywhere. Hell, learning how to hunt. It's really simple to do, but it teaches you patience, accuracy, how to move quietly. 90% of stealth is less about, moving slowly and just more about watching where your feet are going to be. Oh look, there's a dead branch right here. Instead of just stomping on it, how would I just step over it?
It's also self-preservation because you're not going to step through something if you're paying attention and test your steps.
Bingo. Don't commit your full weight off the bat. Learn to walk on the balls of your feet when you're trying to be stealthy. I guarantee you, if you can stay low and keep your shoulders from moving and spread your weight, you can walk across ice. Not even fall through. Even if the ice looks shoddy. Just test your weight. I told you I had a good phrase for you. Another reason to conserve your energy. You don't gotta run faster than the bear. You just gotta run faster than someone else.
I was telling him I didn't want him to get something up there.
And like I said, you don't. If you've got everybody's useful, especially in the zombie apocalypse. Most of the government, in my opinion, is useful for one thing: bait. They don't know. Most of them do not know how to survive, in my opinion. Cool, good for them. I need bait. Bait's great. Bait goes that way. You know, bait gets hamstrung and left over that way. Well, I just go this way. Dinner's over there. I know, I seem crazy, and again I explained with the coffee thing, yeah. And this is literally the first class I've ever had to run, so bear with me. You guys are the guinea pigs.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have, is ultimately be aware of your surroundings, learn to be adaptable, and get good information. Good information. Military handbooks, great information. Max Brooks, if you read between the lines, mediocre. He does describe terrain really well, and the differences between, trying to carry a big old assault rifle as opposed to carrying a bolt-action single shot. Counter-zombie operations, toilet paper. Seriously, toilet paper. I'm sorry to the company that distributed it, created it, the author of it. Forgive me, but it's crap. Utter crap. It's a good read on the toilet, not good for survival.
You know another good place is the CDC website?
Yes, the Center for Disease Control. You want to talk about learning first aid? This will scare you and possibly turn you into a germaphobe, don't get me wrong. But the CDC website is fantastic for first aid knowledge.
And also for outbreaks. They phrase it as a zombie outbreak, but it's entirely applicable to any kind of outbreak and how to survive it, how to stop the spread.
Patient zero started somewhere. Mm-hmm. You don't get a big infection all at once. It starts somewhere. Mosquito bites something, infects a human goes crazy, infects everything else, boom, done. It's all about what do you know and how can you apply it, and being adaptable. Remember, even in a zombie apocalypse, 9 out of 10, you're not going to have technology for very long. And Martin had said this earlier in the melee weapon class. This requires very little maintenance, as opposed to all of this. This requires oiling and cleaning and disassembling and reassembling and a lot of time and effort and training.
And babying.
Yeah, and babying. This also doesn't run out of ammo.
Well, if you use that as a melee weapon, it doesn't run out of ammo either.
See, and that's why I also that's why I also have the M16 and the Thompson submachine gun here. If you're gonna go with a gun, especially if you're going to try and use it to club something over the head because you ran out of ammo, I'm taking the solid wood with a steel plate stock over plastic any day. This is going to shatter after the first use, and then it's also going to damage most of the internal components, making this a multi-$1,000 piece of junk. Whereas this, very few wooden working parts, easy to maintain, solid wood, and 9 out of 10, the AK-47 and the Thompson submachine gun had a steel plate on the back of their stock. Perfect for going clunk. That's going to crush a skull any day of the week. Oh wait, what's the first thing about killing a zombie?
Headshot.
And don't go for the forehead, go for the temple. This is actually the strongest bone, the thickest bone in the human body. Right there. This takes about 48 pounds of pressure to break. Temple takes only 5. So, a 3-year-old with a baseball bat can kill a human with one good, well-placed hit. Bingo.
How about upside the back of the skull underneath?
Sometimes useful, but that's more effective against the living. What you're talking,
the spinal cord.
yeah, it separates the spinal cord from the medulla oblongata, which controls heart, the brain, the lungs, and fine motor skills. Problem with that, in the sense of a zombie apocalypse, what are you dealing with? The dead. Severing the spinal cord, first off, I need you again. Come here. This shot right here to the back of the skull, the area you're aiming for is about the size of a quarter. Aiming for that specific spot right under the skull is actually the hardest shot on the planet to do, and that's with a passive target, because it takes one good solid thrust. Now, do you really want to get, using the zombie apocalypse example again, is this really where you want to be?
Nope.
And then having something that doesn't feel pain, doesn't slow down, doesn't stop, struggling with you while you're trying to get behind it and stab it with the off chance that it might keep it from moving after you other than pulling itself by its tongue.
Well, I was more thinking bashing him. I was just thinking about how much smashing you can do back there. Because, if that's the only shot you've got.
Well, it depends on what you're using. If you got a baseball bat, it's more effective against a human because it will stun them and make them drop like a ton of broccoli. But against the undead, sledgehammer will do it. Baseball bat, probably not so much, because again, you're talking about something that doesn't feel pain.
Right.
Now, mind you, as I said, I lean more towards the realism. So, do I see real zombies other than the people that walk around on the lawn?
It's begun.
Oh, those are the most honest zombies I've seen in my life, okay? They're doing this all day.
Oh, Jenny got a hold of me on Twitter.
Yeah. There's your zombie apocalypse, folks. No offense if anybody's named Jenny, just threw that name out there because. But real survival, it'd probably be effective if you're being attacked. Hit him right in the back of the skull. Sure. I'd still aim for the side of the temple. If you're going to drop them, drop them. Besides, always have a backup.
Nice.
Hey, see the rainbow? Taste the rainbow.
They're so pretty.
But pretty much that's it. Adaptability, proper knowledge, knowing how to find really good knowledge versus really shitty knowledge. Yeah. Even mediocre knowledge is better than bad knowledge.
That gets you dead.
Oh, this will get you killed quick. Especially if I'm in charge of your team and I see you reading this and thinking you're going to plan something. I'll club you over the back of the head myself.
You're the one who's bait.
Yep, you're getting hamstrung and you're getting staked out in the middle of a field and I'm going to ring a dinner bell. Ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling. Good night. That, and remember, this is a wonderful age for information. The internet can be your friend, but remember, you've got to look carefully. Again, if it's based off Boy Scouts or the military, especially in the sense of survival, I recommend it because it's trusted and tried, as opposed to things that are mostly humorous or just out and out crap. Any questions?
Yeah.
Well, alrighty, folks. Thank you for being my guinea pigs.
Hey everyone, this is Lilliana Lilliana with Nerdvana, and we're here at QZCon recording episode 4.5. And I'm here with...
Grimm.
Epic.
Michelle. And Michelle is our newest person, too. So that's episode 4. We got a minion. Episode 4.5, we got someone new. Holy crap. So what do you guys think of QZCon?
It was pretty awesome.
Not bad.
I love the costumes. There were a lot of zombies. So I noticed, though, that a lot of the zombies had different types of makeup. What do you guys think of that?
Hey, no two zombies are the same way.
Well, there were some that, they had their faces very gray and, looked...
Different states of decomposition, what?
Right.
It definitely looked like a lot of the zombies had just eaten, though. There was kind of blood everywhere.
A lot of blood. Lots of blood. Those are my
favorite.
Who said they didn't die violently?
Right.
So we had vendors like, Dwayne with Studio Deja Vu. We had Arrakis here, Ethereal Images. What were your favorite vendors here?
Oh, see, there was a lot of cutlery out there. Oh. There was a lot. I mean, a lot of, the zombie apocalypse knives and swords and stuff.
It was awesome.
A couple people with warhammers. It was pretty awesome.
I like the masks. Dwayne makes the most amazing masks. They're gorgeous. They are. And a lot of them are really affordable. Yeah, they are. Once you actually learn what's in them, he uses Swarovski crystals, so.
That's what I heard, because I stopped and talked to him for a little bit. I was really impressed at not only the high quality of the mask, but at the prices. I was expecting for it to be way out of my price range, and they're very affordable, and I definitely look forward to coming back and buying some from him.
We'll be seeing a lot more of him.
Oh, yeah. You can never get away from him. He's everywhere. And he's a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's very nice.
So, Grimm, what did you like about QZCon? What are your favorite vendors?
Was that one? Backwoods Outfitters. They had the tactical bags, the military scarves.
Yeah.
I bought a Serbian gas mask from them.
Yeah, I'd have to say the tactical Outfitters was good. Got myself one of the nice military-style head wrap scarves for keeping heat off of you, keeping the sand off you. Good price, nice tight weave, also helps keep you dry in the rain, which, bloody hell, we damn near needed the Navy.
Right?
Yeah, it started flooding. For those of you that don't know, QZCon was this weekend, the 25th through the 27th, was it?
Sounds about right.
Yep, somewhere at the end of September, that last weekend of September. Or no, it was the 27th through 29th, that's the one.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow's and it was at the La Quinta in Tacoma. And, the road right outside just started to flood. There were also a fair amount of accidents this weekend, too.
Yeah, there was.
So, for those of you Washington people, learn to drive in the rain again.
I think we knew how.
Yeah, it's Washington.
Everybody forgets after they go to California or Florida for the summer.
QZCon, though, did have some interesting raffles going on all weekend. They raffled off tactical bags, they raffled off emergency rations, supply kits, artwork. They even raffled off a Damascus two-bladed sword.
That was a gorgeous piece of what's the word?
Hardware.
Hardware? Yeah.
Of orgasm, I guess. Is also the proper word for it.
They also had a really fun raffle.
Weaponry.
Random stuff.
Any of you have ever been to a county fair, seen the guess how many beans are in this jar, blah, blah, blah? Yeah, they had that, except it was full of coins, cash, and random miscellaneous bits.
Like condoms and chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah. Because those go hand in hand.
Hey, sometimes they do. And you actually won said coin of jars.
Yes, I did.
So, first off, what was your guess on it?
$169.31.
And you outbid the imp from Arrakis by 1 penny.
Yep.
Now, what was actually the exact amount in there?
$168.03. Not counting, of course, all the miscellaneous crap that was in there.
Yeah, because that has some value to it.
Hey, comedy values value.
Well, someone got some use out of the condoms.
I hope.
Hey, I handed them to one of the security guys, so.
At least you won't ruin his socks now.
Hey, you stole my silly putty out of there. What the hell?
We can share the silly putty. Silly putty.
Silly.
There was also Martin, who works with Arrakis. He had the fashion show, or burlesque, or what's it? Something like that.
I came in second.
Yes, you did.
Because boobs always win.
It was a modified jumpsuit.
Don't ask where you got the orange jumpsuits.
Yeah, no, don't ask.
But yes, the thing was you had to modify orange jumpsuits with whatever you brought with you, found on the ground.
Traded for.
Yep, you couldn't go out and buy anything.
Nope. Unless it was bought at QZCon.
Then it counted.
Right. Like my gas mask.
Yes. But it was very entertaining. One woman won with her modified tank girl, and then Epic here came in second. We now call him Goon. He is Goon.
There was also different classes and panels on different survival things. Like Martin again, he ran melee and unarmed combat.
Get the blood.
And for the unarmed combat, he actually assisted a good friend of mine, Ernesto, from Pros and Steel, to run that.
And you ran a class too, didn't you, Grimm?
That I did.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
Wilderness Survival 101.
We actually, I recorded most of that, so that will be on this podcast.
Give me a break. I haven't run a class before.
You actually mentioned that in there.
I know, several times.
But it was, and I was there vending, and I mean, it was actually pretty good. The rain kind of hindered some people showing up because it was pouring on Saturday.
It was bad.
It was. So, it's kind of vendors talking to other vendors, that kind of thing. But
it was mostly a networking party.
So glad I didn't go to Banner Corps.
Yeah. But it was fun.
But the gate sales for tickets to get in did break 150 yesterday.
It did.
So.
And all the proceeds are going to very, very good charities for, like the VFW.
The Wounded Warriors.
Things like that. So it's a very good cause. So if you have a chance to go next year, I highly recommend it.
Most of the raffles that they ran, yeah, you could get some cool stuff, but it was $1 per entry.
No, it was all pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Non-profit. Yeah. All of it went to an honorable charity.
Yes. And every vendor, I mean, they all had reasonable prices.
They did.
Some were a little on the high side if you like the high end merchandise, but
think about it, you pay for quality, not quantity.
All in all, it was very reasonable prices. I mean, the gas mask that I got was only $35,
and it came with a filter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had some really good stuff for reasonable prices.
Step one towards steampunk Deadpool.
Hell yeah. So, anything else you want to throw in about QZCon? Any fun stories or anything like that?
Well, it was just it was a lot of fun, getting to dress up and carry around some heavy equipment.
Yeah. You guys got to carry around some awesome things.
You walking around with the full tactical N16 with the loopholed sight and the flash suppressor.
It's actually an SR-25.
Oh, an SR-25. Yeah.
No wonder. Way, assault rifle of doom.
All airsoft, of course.
Overcompensator. Yes. I'm a traditionalist. Thompson submachine gun.
Spray and pray.
No.
I really enjoyed being able to walk around and look at all the vendors. This is one of my first QZ cons, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed walking around and seeing how diverse some of the tables were. You got books, you got weaponry, you got jewelry, anything and everything
selling
there.
Aprons.
There was.
There was some people selling cupcakes.
Cupcakes!
So, Michelle, are you going to be joining us through Nerdvana, through our journey of awesome?
Of course.
You're actually helping us get caught up on book reviews, which I highly appreciate.
No problem.
So, everyone should know we should have more reviews coming up for books, movies, TV shows. We will be getting caught up on books so we can actually, get back to all those authors that have been waiting so patiently, and I appreciate all of it. But our next convention is BritCon. We will be there Saturday and Sunday. That's a Lego convention in Seattle.
Woohoo, Legos!
Woo! After that, we are taking a week off because there are no conventions. Grimm and I, and possibly Danny and Michelle, will be at Rend the Veil out in Bothell, which is an awesome medieval event. Then we have Grimm and I will be at Geek Girl Con. then there's SteamCon and Jet City.
Yeah.
So our next few podcasts will be recorded at conventions.
It's going to be a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully we'll see some of you there.
Yeah, if you see any of us at conventions, don't hesitate to stop by, talk to us. Let us know if you want to go ahead and be a guest host on our episode at that point. We're more than happy to go ahead and have our fans on the podcast. And we're going to be working on some awesome raffles to thank all of you for getting us as far as we have. So stay tuned for more information on all the awesome things Nerdvana is going to do. Also, in November, Arrakis is going to have their show, and we are going to have an exclusive YouTube video coming out. That is going to be the Arrakis show. We're not sure if we're going to actually record the show itself, but we're going to be talking to people that are going to it. We're going to be interviewing the band before and after the show, both after their first show and after their fourth show too. So it's going to be fun to see how their opinions of the shows have been going, differ between the first and the fourth. So, anything else you guys want to add? So, that's it, everyone. Thanks for listening to episode 4.5, and we'll see you all at BrickCon. This is Lilliana.
Grimm.
Epic.
Michelle.
Stay nerdy, everyone. 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 Stay nerdy, everyone.